Hi everybody, welcome to the Teachings of Joseph Question of the Week. We got so many questions by email, we decided to put them into a podcast and share them with everybody. Hopefully, it will answer some questions you may have too. So welcome aboard, sit back, relax, let's have some fun. Hi everybody. Our question this week comes from Johanna, and as always, we are grateful to her for assisting in our collective moving forward. So thanks, Johanna. Anyway, Johanna asks, why is it that some days I find it easy to stay in love, higher vibration, and on other days I'm stuck in the vibration of fear? I do recognize my fearful state, but will still be stuck in a battle of emotions, even though I know the better or desired choice is the higher vibration. Are incidents like this growing pains that we can experience as we learn to live more solidly in the higher vibration? Will there be fewer bouts of fearfulness as I continue to do my work as an evolving spiritual being? Thank you. That's a very interesting question because I've been through this many, many times, and I'm assuming most of you have too. I call this bouts of emotional darts. That's what it feels like to me. Because like Johanna, and probably most of you, as we're expanding, we have periods of this confusion, let's call it. And most of the time, we have no idea where it comes from. I used to just wake up pissed off and had no idea why. Hopefully, the answer I received from Joseph during all of my experiences with this will help you guys too. So this goes back to our podcast about the human aspect evolution. We're mentioning that a lot. And there's obviously a reason why they gave that to us when they did. And the collecting of or accumulation of these contrasting vibrations to who we really are. That's what the evolution is about. Remember, this is the physical lifetime where we have the opportunity to put the last puzzle piece on the table, so to speak. We, me, you, Johanna, all of us are accessing, creating, emitting, and manifesting from our current physical vibration. That, by the way, is a compilation of the physical vibration we have been carrying with us throughout this third dimensional journey. Eons of times, you guys, eons of time. So it's when we carry with us this out of alignment vibration by way of the beliefs and understandings we've picked up along the way, these vibrations that are out of alignment with who we are now, the expanded us that seem to get us into this trouble, right? So don't forget, we expand every time we're here, and the vibrational timelines we move through are and have been always in vibrational agreement with the third dimension of contrast. This means if we are choosing out of alignment beliefs, we can carry them with us to the next vibrational timeline, the next time we come back to the third dimension, because there is vibrational agreement for all out of alignment vibrations in the third dimension. Right? Within this contrasting consciousness. Remember, there are unlimited opportunities for vibration. Doesn't matter what it is or where it is. They are unlimited in nature because as we focus, it expands. However, this is where the rubber meets the road, and that's in this particular lifetime. As we move forward more and more into the fifth dimensional perspective, the perspective of our soul, those vibrations that make up the out of alignment beliefs we've accumulated along the way are now out of alignment with the new physical vibration of who we are now, who we are now aware of okay? The us that we are aware of. In other words, we were and are always that vibration of our soul, of course, but it is not until we welcome it into our awareness and begin choosing and creating from it that we stand in this new place. And that's where we are now. Remember, it's the fourth dimensional awareness of who we really are, where our soul's vibration is now the dominant physical vibration we're carrying, as opposed to all those eons of time we spent heavy in and dishing out the out of alignment vibration, which was dominant in the out of alignment position. I use the word heavy here because it represents the denseness that we've been swimming around for all this time, right? So what I'm saying in a nutshell is, yes, we are still attracting out of alignment thoughts that are triggering out of alignment beliefs and understandings because we're still in the third dimension. Our bouts of emotional tantrums of those out of alignment beliefs are opportunities for choosing, as they always were. We're just more aware of it now, right? Opportunities for choosing, knowing the choice is solely yours. Those beliefs and understandings don't serve our purpose anymore from the higher perspective, which is why there's no vibrational agreement for them there. You see, that's that fifth dimensional thing, right? There's no agreement for anything out of alignment in the fifth dimension. And it's also why they make such a fuss with us, right? They cause that trouble. So I tend to think of them, the existing out of alignment acknowledgments, as other aspects of me who are just throwing a fit. They're like 2-year-olds, right? And they're screaming, don't leave me behind. Don't leave me in this out of alignment world, right? Nobody wants to be left behind here. And of course, they won't be, because they're part of us. And we don't move forward without them, okay? We don't, because it's part of who we are. It's like saying I'm going to move forward without my right leg. You can't just leave it there. It comes with you, okay? They're part of our physical vibration, part of who we are expanding. And we're simply stopping over in the third dimension to pick them up and move them forward with us. That's what we're doing here now. That is evolving our understanding and knowing of more of who we are, the creators of our own experiences, and those experiences are manifestations of the vibrations we choose to create from. This is universal truth stuff, you guys, and it never changes. The process of creation, and we are now in the creative mode of creating the new physical aspect of us. So when these things just seem to happen with no logical explanation that we're aware of, just chalk it up to an out of alignment vibration trying to fit in someplace where there's no agreement for it, okay? It's like a too small pair of patent leather shoes, right? Ouch. You don't try to figure out why they don't fit. You just get a bigger pair, okay? And the bigger size in this analogy is the expanded vibration of us. So the understanding shifts from an out of alignment vibration to an in alignment understanding. And that understanding is that you are in control of your choosing, and we are choosing our way out. Okay. I have been through this experience so many times over the years, you guys, that I've been hanging out with Joseph. I have whined and cried and yelled at them during these times, and then I would usually put everything down, declaring it all bullshit. I would say, I'm not doing this anymore. It's just too hard. I can't do it, right? Cop out. A couple days might go by and I begin to realize what happened, and I start to come around to being able to hear them again, because of course, if I'm out of alignment, I can't hear them, right? And my first question has always been, when does this stop happening? and why is it still happening? I always thought, I'm farther along than this, because from the third dimensional perspective, we think there's some place to get to, and there's not. We are always expanding. Right? So the answer was always consistent. And Joseph always said, Cindy, my dear, when you realize the emotional response you are having is an out of alignment response to an out of alignment vibration, you will consciously make the shift to choosing something else, preferably something that is in alignment with us. And I always do. And I'm back in the flow, right? So when we have these experiences, we don't need to understand where they came from. We know what they are. We just need to understand how to move from them. And that is by recognizing first what it is, an out of alignment vibration. And of course, the response to will then be out of alignment, right? And that is your indicator of the vibration you're focused on, how you're feeling, right? And secondly is to choose to move beyond it. Choose a different perspective. So for me, most of the instances have been around my worthiness and my abilities where Joseph is concerned. And through these contrasting choices, I have come to choose more consciously based on my own knowing. This is important. They always say, rely on what you know in times of darkness. And when they use the word know, they're talking about knowing from the space of who we really are, which is them. Okay? So I would choose in those times when I start to come out of that darkness we're talking about, I would choose to read their quotes. I've got thousands of them. And I would just get the laptop out and sit down and just start reading them, one right after another. And it put me back in the vicinity of alignment. Because when your soul, when you hear a truth vibration, it will resonate with you. So another way to do this is to reminisce about those experiences that you have had where no one could ever talk you out of them. I have had so many of those things that happen, just wonderful things, and you're laughing to yourself, right? Because there's no way it could have happened outside of the delivery from the divine, right? Divine experience, a divine meeting of some kind. We've all had those things, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says about them. No one can talk you out of your own experience. So I would rely on those too. And eventually, less time now than I used to take to get through these things, Johanna. So I know where you're coming from with this. And I say, just keep moving forward. That's how I got through them. As to whether they continue, Joseph says that each time we evolve into a new vibrational timeline, our ability to trust expands to accommodate that timeline. Remember, we are moving into uncharted territory here, moving into the fourth dimension, and then choosing to move into the fifth, where we have no experience of this new perspective, the new beliefs, new understandings, the new bodies we'll have, and a whole new experience for the human aspect as the new physical aspect of our soul, where we will knowingly and consciously experience ourselves as the blended vibrational being living a physical life. Everything will be different, and the foundation of this existence is based in pure love. No judgment, no mistakes, no loneliness, no despair, no killing, no death, no separation, guys. All is created by love. And just look around you. We don't know how to do that on a collective level. I think that's pretty obvious if you look at what's going on out there today. Anyway, I hope this helped offer some clarity. Don't make it more difficult than it is by assigning third dimensional fixes to a fifth dimensional solution. And that solution is to simply shift your perspective of where you are where you've been and where you're heading to the perspective of where you're heading as opposed to where you've been. Okay? If you continue to focus on the perspective of the third dimension, you'll stay there, comfy in your out of alignment vibration, simply because you know what it is. Okay? And at this point, that is a cop out. There's no place for fear of anything moving forward, and that understanding of fear, or we call out of alignment, of course, is found in alignment. That understanding of no fear is part of alignment. You guys, this is an adventure in vibration. So we say, let the energy move you forward. When you feel the resistance, the out of alignment responses to out of alignment understandings of who you really are, know that your resistance is indication that you're not in agreement with your soul. That's all it is. Just nod your head and step back on the path. Again, no apologies. I used to apologize to Joseph all the time. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And they would just laugh. They're so sweet. No apologies necessary because there's no judgment, okay? This is the journey. And it's an eternal journey of discovery. It's discovery of who we really are. That's what it is. So we fall off, we step back on, we fall off, we know more, we do better. Maya Angelou said that when you know better, you do better. Nothing else fits better than those words for this portion, this segment of our evolution through the third dimension. It's getting pretty interesting around here, you guys, and we are moving forward rapidly as you can cause your events to happen on your path. And again, how do you cause your eternal events to happen? You choose from the space of alignment, more than not. Okay? Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Do you have a question? Email us at info@theteachingsofjoseph.com. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening, everybody. Join us again for the next Question of the Week with Joseph. Take good care. Thanks for listening, everybody. Join us again for the next Question of the Week with Joseph. Take good care.